Hi, Wes here with Airstream Wanderings. I'm at the Southwest Kiln Conference. This is the second of two videos. The first one just got a little bit too long, but my focus is basically on the firing. So I'm talking to potters, some with a lot of experience, some that are pretty new, and then we're looking at a bunch of the fires that are being built. I think there are probably 6 different firings or so. Some are experimental, trench kilns, surface kilns. All opportunities to burn a whole lot of wood and fire a whole lot of pottery. So I hope you can join me. Could I ask you to introduce yourself?
I am Bob Casius. I'm a replicator for about 20 years. Started out as a stoneware potter when I was in junior high. And then about 20 years ago I went to the Casius Archaeological Conference. And actually I worked on the Dolores Archaeological Project. And I saw this stuff come out of the ground, and when I was at the conference that year, I saw this stuff on a table. They were having a silent auction. And I was like, that is so beautiful and pure. There was no fire clouds, there was no dirt. I knew it was something that had been made. And I said, where did this come from? And they said, oh, that guy over there, it was Clint Swink.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I took like 3 different workshops with Clint for 3 years in the summer. And really I lost pretty much everything I did, because while I might be able to produce something by forming it and getting something close to something that looked decent, the firing regime was something that I had to struggle with. Yeah. And so I pretty much lost everything I made for 3 years. But in the end I figured out you don't need as much wood as I thought originally. You don't want to make your kiln that deep. You want to make sure you have your cover shards, because otherwise you're going to get that oxidation we keep talking about, which is what we got over there. All of that stuff, I have to tell my friend Owen that it's pretty oxidized. And you'll see it won't be that way when we dig up the trench kiln tomorrow morning. I hope.
Like they say, it's not over till it's over, right?
That's right.
Nice. So, Bob, do you sell your stuff, or do you have a website or anything like that?
I have a website. It's called potteryoftheancients.com, and it's a gallery of stuff they've made over the years. I probably have about 50 pieces on there, and I do sell my stuff, but I don't market it. You know what I mean? It's pretty much just word of mouth. I don't make enough to put it in a gallery or.
Yeah.
And also, I have a job that I can depend on for income, so I'm not depending on my art to,
You do it because you like to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're laying it down and you're dragging the full length of the brush, but then when you get to the end, you just gently pick it back up again. Yeah. And that way you get that whole load, whatever you've loaded on there, to help you get that line.
And you prefer commercial brushes to yucca or human hair? Or?
So it's hard for me to go with yucca to do the kind of work I do, because those guys do it very well, Charlene and Tori, but for me I need a length. I was telling Susan here that I need something to hold on to. Those little tiny sticks and trying to, it's difficult, particularly when you're inside of a bowl.
Oh, yeah. And so these brushes you buy from where?
The local Anasazi store called Hobby Lobby.
This is Sunday morning, and it's time to open the kiln, so you can see that there is a lot of anxious anticipation. And we just opened one, and there are a couple more to go. So, who am I talking to today?
I know, it's really hard to get.
Pardon me?
Donna Coslin.
Okay, Donna, what are you working on today?
My younger sister said, give me your mailing address.
The clay is actually a commercial low-fire whitewood.
Okay.
And the slip on it is a Colorado Plateau white slip. It's probably the Cannonball.
Oh, okay.
So that I actually processed.
I never connected.
And this is...
Oh, so you've levigated and...
Yeah, and strained, and it has a lot of organic matter in it, so it's pretty stinky.
Oh, okay.
So that just brushes on really nicely. You do one thin coat, and it dries pretty quick, and so that's the...
Then you put on a second coat.
No.
Oh, one
No.
thin coat.
You can only do one thin coat. And it's okay to have, like, you know, showing through, because...
It'll cover. And then do you polish it after that?
Nope. And then it's mineral paint, painted on the slip,
Okay.
and then it'll be ready to go in the kiln. And
Okay.
So no burnishing involved.
So we were talking about the mineral paint. What goes into that?
Manganese, copper carbonate, and then 30% clay. I use some ball clay.
Yep.
And then I use CMC gum solution for a binder and water. And then I just grind it so I keep the right consistency.
Okay, cool.
And you just add water because it's drying out.
And then you hand build these pots, right?
Yes, these are hand built. And then this one, sometimes they call this a pitcher form.
Okay.
The Mesa Verde call this a pitcher, and then this the mug. But then this is called other things in other cultures. But the design I'm doing is actually accredited to NASCA.
Oh, okay.
And so the connection between like the trade route, through the Americas.
So did they find some of this design like in the Four Corners area?
Very similar.
Okay.
It looks like local work, but the one I'm actually copying is accredited to NASCA.
Okay. Oh, it looks nice.
Well, thank you.
You've done a good job. You've got an even hand. Not so wobbly as me.
Yeah, and then this will have like a fine parallel hatching to fill in.
Yeah. That'll be good. Well, I'm anxious to see what it looks like.
Thank you.
Would you hold it up so I can see it?
You bet.
And would you want to introduce your name here?
Oh, good grief. Oh, I wish I had a hat and some makeup on. Hey, Charlene Caver. Look at this. Replication out of Northeast Arizona. Little black mesa, black on white.
It's
Replication to size and height. Give him your name. We call him Mr. Pants.
Mr.
But he also could be John Travolta. And what was it called? The crazy movie when he was walking down the street?
Saturday night.
Yeah, whatever that was. Anyway, or the Kool-Aid Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question. You are a master potter. You do this day and night, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
Find me at SherrileneCaver.com. That's my website. If you want to go on my mailing list, which includes information on the Kiln Conference, but also on my workshops, hit the contact page and send me a little blurb, and you will go on my occasional email. They don't come out very often, but I'll stay in touch with you if you'd like to meet up with me in the future.
So cool. Thank you.
Charlene Caver, CHERYLENE. Caver.
Good luck. All right. Can we want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Delta Nestis. I'm from Ruidoso, New Mexico, and I came for this tile conference, and these are two of the little tiles.
Can you hold them up here? So.
These are two of the tiles that I painted, and they're going to fire today.
Okay, can you hold them up a little bit so I can see them easier? So you got a lizard going here, and then what is this other one?
Chihuahua.
All right, and you are an archaeologist?
Yes.
Okay, so what brings you to the conference?
My wife is a potter, and she wanted to come see how they pot. She has a wheel, and she wanted to see the other methods that they make.
Okay, is this the first time you've been here?
Yes, first time.
And what do you think?
Interesting. Interesting. That's very interesting. We'll see. I'll give a critique later.
Okay, thanks for doing the little video. Okay, let's go ahead.
Sure.
What do we have here?
My name's Jeff, and I'm from Watershed School. I'm an art teacher there, and I brought 12 students down for an art history and studio ceramics course down to the Kiln Conference here. And we're using a good half of our course to study Southwestern pottery and to do replication. And so this is a piece that I made with a little help from a student. They helped me trace some designs on here. And this is how we started our course. We went to the CU Museum of Natural History and got into collections and got to see a variety of these pots as a means of inspiration. And so this is a piece that I saw that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try that form. And so this is a piece I've made to bring down for the conference here. But we're asking ourselves some big questions on this course. We're asking ourselves, how does pottery change what's possible? What can art teach us about the past? And it's a great opportunity to get students mixed up with some really good people and really good opportunity to learn. And one of those students is this person right here.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Zora. This is the pot that I made. It's an Oya. Yeah, we actually made the whole pot, and then we painted it with bee weed, and so it's gonna come out black in the fire. And yeah, I was trying to make a picture, but it didn't really work out, so I decided to make an Oya. But
Is this really your first shot at doing this?
yes.
That's really good.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, what do you think of this whole conference thing?
I think it's really cool. I like all the people. They're really nice, and they're like really informative, and they care a lot about what they're doing. So it's like they're really interesting to talk to, and they're super passionate about what they're doing. So it's like really engaging.
And you're how old, can I ask?
15.
15. You know, from my perspective, really nice to have young people here. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 generations around here, and that's just a nice intergenerational blend. It's great. All right. And your school's in Boulder, is that right?
Yeah, Boulder, Colorado. We're a 6 through 12 school, and we do this across the grades. Is we really try to teach with a means of bringing experts in or getting out and having experiences inform our learning. And so, a trip like this is actually somewhat normal for us.
Really?
To do. These kids are ready to go out in the field. They're ready to go camping. They're ready to engage with people that they haven't met before, and they find out pretty quick how rewarding it can be.
Well, in the hands-on piece, you learn, I assume. Well, can I ask you one more question? What did you are there any takeaway, aha kinds of things that you got out of this whole piece? Put you on the spot.
I think, like I said, it's very different when we go out into the field and like talk to experts and people who really care about this, because they're really passionate and they can just like tell you everything they know, versus like when you make it at home, it doesn't seem as like real. So it really seems like you're part of this whole thing. We're firing our pots, we're like painting it in the same way. So
yeah, you kind of channel the people from the past in a way. Yeah,
it's a way of empathizing, I think, to do replication, for sure.
Thank you both, appreciate it. Good luck with the firing today.
All right.
Who are we talking to today?
This is Leander Gridley.
Hey Leander, what you got today?
I've got a little bowl that I painted with bee weed and traditional design. I wish I'd made the design up, but it's one of those things that you see all over the country in terms of shape and design, and the little swirl action. It's kind of almost like a flower motif, but see this in rock art and in petroglyphs, painted pictographs, as well as pottery, as well as carved rock in stone and
Do you think it has any particular meaning?
You know, people call it a friendship symbol. I'm not sure what it is. What I've seen is that there's a fold that happens in blankets that almost mimics this little interlocking image, and I've taken a picture of that fold. I'm sorry I don't have it, but that was where I first saw the image that matched up with this actual form itself.
Okay.
So it's a copy.
Yeah.
Hard to make up anything better than what those primitive people did years ago, and you see so many similarities all over the country and the world, almost an intrinsic images coming out of our beings here on the planet. So it's a lot of fun to just imagine what these people had done, and to be able to recreate and experience their their work is just quite fascinating.
Hard to improve on something that's already perfect, right?
Oh, it's just hard to, and there's so much to learn by. You can look at the image, but when you paint it or when you create it yourself, you really get a feel for it just by virtue of your own manipulation of your hand and work, as well as the manipulation of the clay when you're forming a vessel. It's easy to look at and think, oh, that's really simple, but just to create a round bowl and make it look good is a challenge, let alone to fit a design into whatever that shape is inside and or outside.
Yeah, you see it in a whole different way once you do it yourself.
And the interesting thing about bowls is they paint on the inside, and it's almost like the bowl is always full. So even if you had food to put in it, and the bowl is just an extension of your two cupped hands.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a giving and receiving object to work with. And some people think that the bowls are just the inversion of the sky. And when you turn that image upside down and look at it, it's the dome of the sky.
Cool.
So, a lot of conjecture. We're not primitives. We live in the modern world, so it's a challenge for us to try to deal with the simplicity and the basic understanding of the world that those primitive people knew.
Thank you, Leander. Appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Good luck today with the firing.
Hey, thanks. We're looking forward to seeing what happens.
Absolutely. Okay. See ya.
Thanks.
Who are we talking to today?
I'm Angela from Fort Collins, Colorado.
All right. Hi, Angela. And we just got done digging things out of the kilns. What do you have to show me?
Oh, Salado experimental clay. I found a clay in eastern Larimer County. This firing was an experiment to see whether the clay had any quality in the kiln, and surprisingly it came up really well. So I made a Salado piece with Cannondale red slip, and I'm not displeased with it. It worked out okay.
Yeah. And how was it fired?
This was fired in a standalone kiln with fire bricks that Pam Herring put together with charcoal.
Okay.
And was assisted by Tony Soros with advice. And apparently everything in there came out really well. So we kind of would like to build one of our own, I think.
Good. Do you have another piece you want to show us here?
Another experiment, Maverick Mountain, made with that same clay.
Okay.
There's a little bit of clouding, but there's so much temper in this clay that it was able to withstand a slow, hot burn, like was in that kiln. I don't know if it would have survived in the big, very hot kiln.
Okay.
But this clay apparently has some resilience to it.
It rings nice.
Fired up with a nice ring, yeah. So I'll make more pieces with that clay.
And one more fun one here.
This ugly little person was a class assignment with US. He's Ramos Polychrome Effigy, and I don't know. I'm not really fond of him.
I think he's great. I like him.
He's also made with Eastern Larimer clay. He did crack, but that's not surprising since the legs are hollow, and he's an odd shape, and it wasn't easy to put him together. I'm not surprised there were weaknesses in the body, which is my fault.
I think he might be nearsighted, but he wears glasses.
Actually, he's an almost exact copy of the picture that I took from.
I think it looks great.
I wondered why they put a line across the nose, but it was there, and we're all about authenticity, so.
Thanks so much, Angela. Appreciate it. All right, things are starting to show up here. Totally exciting. Of course, everybody's looking for their own stuff. Isn't that great?
Furniture and a special spot too. Do we have a box for the kiln?
Nice.
I watched him do that.
Oh, that's good. That one's
Is that Bobby's?
Yeah.
Bobby.
Amazing.
Ooh, whose is that?
That's Eric's.
Oh, I believe there is, but with the
Oh.
official narrative is
All right, here's the end result of the surface firing. Everything's looking pretty nice.
I think so.
Got a couple pieces in here, and I'm hoping they turn out okay. I think they will. All right, though, this has been the second of 2 videos at the Southwest Kiln Conference. Hopefully you've enjoyed them. I certainly have enjoyed being able to talk to all these different potters, some of them very experienced, some of them not so much, and making lots of fires. And hopefully we'll see what happens. Some of the pottery, I'm sure, is going to turn out great. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. And until next time, I wish you health, happiness, peace, and love. Take care. Bye-bye.